Emperor has been expecting you.
We're live, Bob.
Hello.
We are live.
We are
How you
live.
doing? How's you enjoying your Friday evening?
Yeah, very much. I've got a week off now, so that's
nice.
always a good thing, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm off to spend a week in the cabin in the woods in the Forest of Dean next week.
Oh, that movie. You're actually a fan of that movie. Like you're comfortable saying that. Yeah.
I enjoy most horror, to be honest. I enjoy it when it's a bad horror or a good one. You know, the good ones get you all on edge and tense and make your heart go, and the bad ones just kind of give you a kind of laugh, don't they? You know, you just sort of enjoy the ride. And
I think I'm actually in the minority on that one. I've heard people, Dan and Carbonite recommended it to me, and I was like, yeah, geez, I'll give this a go. Like, not at all what I was expecting, not a fan whatsoever. And now the lads in the group chat, I'm sure you've seen them, you included, just all give me bad manners for not liking it, kind of going, you're talking about it's epic, it's Oscar worthy stuff, like, you know. So
yeah, I'm not sure I'm pushing it, but
yeah. I would not watch it again. You recommended a horror though last week. Was it Together? You were watching that last week, and
Together is a newish one. It's kind of I guess it's along the lines of Substance in some ways. It's kind of that sort of body horror, but with, I guess when they do them these days, the effects are better than they used to be in the old days. Albeit it wasn't perfect. I wouldn't even give the effects more than about 7 out of 10.
Right.
An interesting concept based on a myth or a legend about what humans were meant to be and seeking a partner.
Right.
That sort of almost like it's predestined that the human purpose is to find a partner. So it's got kind of a nice little sort of setup. Yeah, and then it manifests in an unusual way. So it's kind of, part of it reminded me of The Fly.
Right. I haven't actually watched The Fly. I've never seen it, and I know it's an older movie now, but I should have. It's one I've been meaning to watch. Like,
I recommend The Fly highly. Absolutely, it sort of fits in with other things, like, I guess, like, even like, I say Terminator. I know it's not that sort of film, but it's kind of that era of, I don't know, like raw, gritty streets. You know, like almost like the original Blade Runner, where warehouses, RoboCop, where the RoboCop factory scene. It's kind of got that dark,
real industrial rundown, depressing.
You remember Dark Man? That was a classic, wasn't it? With was it Liam Neeson in that?
What was the name? I missed the name of the movie.
It was Dark Man.
Oh right, never actually seen it. Heard of it.
Yeah, based on a comic book. And again, quite similar to The Fly in terms of the level of effects. But I mean, Jeff. I want to say Jeff Goldblum was in it. I'm not sure.
Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. Dude from Jurassic Park. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, but Together, worth a watch. Don't take it too seriously. Don't expect an epic. You wouldn't want to go and watch it at the cinema. But yeah, recommended. Yeah,
I've heard. I saw a trailer for it. I saw a few trailers for it, and like it did seem creepy. It definitely was one of the ones that I got added to the list, as in, oh, that looks interesting, looks different. I like when horrors are done a little bit different instead of just a slasher or a ghost story or something like that. I'm very much into the Jaws or Alien. The less you see sometimes can be more scary. And then as soon as you show the, I don't know, Alien, unless it's a pretty damn good special effect, like sometimes it kind of loses the mystery. Sometimes your brain fills in the blanks better. I think that was the thing beside Jaws. Like, you know, they couldn't get the shark to work the way they wanted, and they showed it a lot less. Like, that's kind of terrifying sometimes with the bits you see then, or make it more impactful.
Yeah, and I mean, this film's definitely not a you want to be 18 and over to watch it, I would say. There's just some bits in there that make you feel quite uncomfortable. Should we say that? But that's
Gotcha.
always
So
a good thing,
don't
isn't it?
watch
You know?
it with your folks. If any people
No,
out there.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No.
That sums it up, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
that.
certain movies like I think there was that joke going around when Saltburn came out. They were like, yeah, don't watch that with the family, like, you know. So
Yes.
Um,
You'd be
yeah,
feeling
yeah.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
gotcha. Cool. Well, look, I'm just going to do some. I'm going to address the chat and do some basics here. Let some people come in. The numbers are all over the shop. There was 4 at one stage. There was 32 at another. There was 13 in another. So, yeah, they're all over the shop. So,
Wow.
folks, if you're watching, the pinned comment as usual is the link to become a channel member. Thank you to the 32 channel members that I'm lucky enough to have. You don't have to do it, but it is greatly appreciated your ongoing support. So we've got Geo, the movie canon, saying hello, Bob. We got Thalia Meyer, hello Shane and Bob. Thanks very much for being here. We got Malekma Bain as well. Thank you very much for being here. Good supporter of the channel. Of course, we have Bob, the tiny art guy, here on the panel, and he's a channel member as well. Thank you very much, Bob. Geo says that Together is solid and The Fly is awesome, and Thalia Meyer saying Darkman is great. So you're ticking all the boxes here, Bob. A lot of people are agreeing with you.
Yeah.
And we got one of our favorite people here, Harrison, the Viking Collectibles. He did a show last night. I caught some of it with Vita and Jim. They're talking about games and stuff like that. So a lot of it just goes over my head, but. Yeah, and it should be like my age group, like I mean, I remember, I suppose early 90s, playing the Sega Mega Drive. My friend had one, I didn't have one. The Commodore 64 with cassettes, the first Super Nintendo and all that. My friends had stuff like that and used to play some of those to get games. Remember the loading screen on the Commodore 64? That was wild.
And ZX Spectrum had all the sort of lines on the side. I mean, that was my era as well, mate. As you know, 80s, 90s gaming. I had up to the PS2. I was gaming all the time, but obviously their shows now looking at later stuff which is mind blowing compared to the kind of. I mean, Resident Evil 2 I played in the old days, but when you look at what's been done now, I know I'm getting old when I say it's amazing what they can do these days, but
it is, and like technology is like it's not like a steady. It's not like a proportional graph. It's like exponential. Just like it just gets better and better and better.
That's it.
So Display Lab Collectibles. Hey mates, thanks so much for being here. Much appreciated. And Ryan is here as well. Another channel member says, "Seen The Fly, but never seen Darkman. We'll add it to the list. Add it to the list.
You won't regret it. Yeah.
Liam Neeson and a fellow Irishman.
Yeah. Yes.
One of the better Irishmen as well. One of the good ones, like Cillian Murphy that we put in there.
Yeah, and I think with the Liam Neeson in it, it's not one of his films where he's out to get revenge on everybody. Which is several of his. Yeah. It was nice. I suppose he's very good at playing that kind of wise old mentor. But it was great to see him play a villain in say Batman Begins. He started off, you thought he was a mentor character, but then you realize, oh no, this guy's bad news. Just shout out to the subscribers. I think this is outdated information here. We're currently up to, let me just check that, we got 5,600 and I think it's 5,622 subscribers. If you're one of those, greatly appreciated. If you're not, please hit the subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much if you're enjoying the content. Give us a follow on Instagram. It's just at 16figurefocus. Shout out to the channel members. We've got Tijuana Mike, our newest channel member in the Troopers section. Figurecraft Keith Lee, Collectors Universe, 16 Mike, Viking Collectibles, Yomo, Shiny, The Ben Thomas Show, Dogito, Her Geeky Side, 16 Shooter, Figures and Fandom, Howard Potts, H and Silver Fox, Brian Wong, Jim Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner, and Mike L. Then we've got a shout out to Commanders tier. They get their YouTube YouTube names, handle displayed at the end of all the content, like producers like this. Silent nod for Shiny.
New videos. These are kind of old videos at this stage. They're probably a few weeks old, relatively new. So I did a movie icons display tour. I do this every so often when I change up the movie icons. I usually hit a display and I'm like, that's it. That's the forever display. But then maybe you get a new figure in, you think of a way to improve it, you change it up. But I'm really happy how it looks at the moment. It's actually changed since very slightly. But thoughts on the blue and grey Dark Knight Returns Frank Miller Batman. Thoughts on the Superman counterpart. My review of this Future Warrior Present Toys T800 figure, which is gifted, given to me for free by Lion Rock, that I got to review, and on the condition that I give it away in a giveaway, which it has done. Philly Figurecraft won it. I'm not sure if it has reached him yet, but I shipped it out the day after. This figure is incredible. My thoughts on this, and then my thoughts on this, which you will get. I suppose myself and Bob will be discussing this later on if you care to join us. All right, so we don't have a grid today because it's just that we're not doing it that way. So I saw this, Bob. 1 second. I think you're going to be interested in this. Okay, so so the Spider-Man Brand New Day and Dune 3 Dune Messiah trailer will release. So these figures are certainly these figures. These movies are due to release. Spider-Man 4 or Spider-Man Brand New Day is due to release the last day of July this year, July 31st, and Dune 3, which is my most anticipated movie of the year, or basically for the foreseeable, due to release on December 18th, which is being nicknamed Doomsday. If you remember a few years ago, I think it was in 2023, you had the Barbenheimer or something like that. I actually hated that was a thing, but because Barbie came out and Oppenheimer came out, and yeah, so but this has been nicknamed Doomsday because they're coming out on the same day as Avengers Doomsday. Now look, there's no question, I'm going to see Dune opening night, and it will be in IMAX. I'll see Doomsday eventually, but yeah. So what do you? We don't know much. It's just basically there's. I think the gist of this is that if you go to see Project Hail Mary, that movie based on the Andy Weir book that stars Ryan Gosling, same author who wrote the book that The Martian was based on, great movie. I kind of want to read this book. I did read The Martian and I really enjoyed it, and then I saw the movie and I really enjoyed it. And if the writing, I presume it's similar because it's the same author. I've heard the book is good, and I've heard good things about the movie. But if you go see the movie, you get to see these trailers. I'm not sure will that be in Ireland, UK, the States, or what. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm very excited now for Dune Part 3. So I'm in what I guess is a lovely position where I've not seen Dune 2 yet, and I'm rewatching, as you know, Dune, the first one, Part 1. When I first watched it, which must have been a couple of months ago, I watched it in kind of a very light room, curtains open, not too loud, other people in the house. And I think I missed a lot of it. Because what I've done today is I've drawn the curtains, turned it right up with the surround sound, and just bathed in the atmosphere of Dune Part 1.
That is the way to watch it. And if you can put your phone away, that is...
Yeah, I've just completely absorbed some of the lifting of the vehicles by the balloons. The vehicles, I still don't know the names are, the ones that look like dragonflies.
They're... ornithocopters, I think,
which would make sense. Yep. And I just got totally hooked into the world, into the universe that it's set in. I think it's going to cost me having to buy a figure, probably the in-art one, which I don't think I'll pay extra to get the mouse, although I did just about get to the mouse bit today, and it's the cutest mouse in the world, isn't it? But I don't think I'm going to pay an extra, whatever it is, $70 for it.
I got the mouse, and it's that figure. I would advise. Yeah, I would advise you. I know, like, there's third-party versions, but I wouldn't waste your time. I go straight for the in-art one. And if you can get it with the mouse, get it with the mouse. But it's pretty cool to consider on the shoulder. You can put it. I haven't put down by the feet, but
okay. Is it magnetic?
It's incredible. No. It's just there's so many robes and straps that you can slap them under.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to be doing that. So yeah, very excited about this is going to be perfect timing for my viewing, because I can see me watching 1 and 2 and another couple of times, exactly the way I'm watching it now. So to go to the cinema and watch Dune Part 3, do you say it was December?
December 18th. I would, if you get a chance. I know if you could commit to reading the book. The book is what the first 2 movies was based on, and it's well worth a read. And then Dune Messiah, which is the second book, is what the third movie is based on. I read that because I knew the world is so complicated. There's a lot of lore, there's a lot of characters, there's a lot of world building, there's a lot of tech described, and I just felt, I was like you, I saw Dune the first time, and I think I watched it like on a Friday evening after work, and I've been up since like 5 or something, and I was looking at it and I was like, okay, the cast are amazing, the performances are great, it looks absolutely stunning. The soundtrack is Hans Zimmer. The sound engineering is incredible. Yes. The action when it happens is incredible. I should be enjoying this more than I am. And I appreciated, like, it was technically, a great movie, but I just wasn't feeling it. But then when I was preparing for Dune 2, I did, I watched a few breakdowns on YouTube prior to rewatching Dune 1 before I went to see Dune 2, because I just felt I'm missing bits in this, and they explained about the Bene Gesserit and the Kwisatz Haderach and the Muad'Dib and a bit more about the religion and stuff like that, and it really helped me to understand the lore more. And then when I watched the first one, again, like, you hear like these like people, like there's scenes where I think it's when the Atreides first land, and there's all these people, like they're like almost peasants or something, and you do hear them saying Lisan al Gaib, and that went right over my head the first what view, like, and little touches like that make a lot more sense. So it really helped me to fill in the blanks, the YouTube breakdowns and the book. So, and it's a good read. I would recommend it, Bob.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I may well do that. I do need to get a book to read, so that might be a good start. Yeah, so I felt the film certainly is a whole universe, isn't it? It's almost like you need a lot of backstory to fill in all these gaps, and I don't know whether that comes in later movies, but it almost like I wanted to find out more. That's how it's left me, which is a good thing, isn't it, for a movie franchise?
Yeah, there's a show. There's a show. I think there's a bit of a delay between us, because usually I wait for you to finish talking, but I find them cutting over you a bit. I think it's just, I don't know, it's a bit of a delay on one of our sides, but there's a show on, I don't know what platforms it on, but it came out maybe like a year and a half ago. I don't know what it's like, but I haven't watched it, but it's supposed to be, it's Dune, but it's based like, I don't know, 100 years or something like that before.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Is that a live action show, is it?
Yeah, it's live action. I don't know if it's good or bad. I didn't hear like any major hype about it, but and
the original film that was that back in the 80s?
David Lynch.
Yeah, is that?
I think it was the 80s.
Worth watching, or was that more?
I haven't actually watched it, to be honest. I haven't actually watched it. I think I find it hard to go back and watch it now.
Yeah.
After seeing it, I think I just find, I think because these movies are so stunning like that, I think I'd find it hard, like, to go back and, like, it's not as if like the new movies. It's not as if the new movies look stunning and then are shit. Like, the new movies, they have the full package, like everything I just listed. Like, it, obviously you have the same story from the book, whatever. Their depiction of the story is great. The action scenes are great. The performances are some fantastic performances.
The cast are very good, aren't they?
Yeah. The design of anything from the still suits to the ornithocopters to the harvesters, the sound is incredible. Not just the score, but the actual sound of ending from the thumpers to the sound.
Yeah, I think it's the scale of the place as well, isn't it? You've got these huge industrial scenes, you've got these huge battles, and even when some of the ships land, there's a couple of scenes where the ships land, and it's people coming off. There's like a little part. They often come in parties, don't they? And yet the ramp is seems to be like 100 meters wide. Yet You know, it's not like a Star Wars vehicle will land and they basically come down a 10-foot wide ramp, don't they, on all the vehicles? There's nothing of scale. Whereas there's some of these where the vehicle lands, it takes up more than the screen.
It's probably because like that little gangway or whatever it's called was probably squeezed into a volume, maybe. Like whereas this is Denny went out to the desert. I think a lot of this was shot. The second one, anyway. I'm not sure about the first one. Maybe the first one was too in Abu Dhabi. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was when I lived in Abu Dhabi. I didn't live in the city. I lived out like basically in the middle of the desert, as if you're driving towards Saudi Arabia. And there was a place up the road called Liwa, which I never actually visited. I lived there for 2 years. Never these famous sand dunes, like, and that's where I think that's where they filmed part of it. Like,
okay.
So it's, it's stunning. Like, and it's funny. It's mad. Like watching the movie. Like when I was over living there, it was like, man, you're so far away from home, and everything's different. The food is different. People look different. The language is different. You're the foreigner, and the culture is different, and it's so goddamn hot. Like, it could be like 50 degrees outside. It's like oven, and you kind of like, there was moments you obviously did like admire the beauty of the place, but like watching the movies, it reminds you, like sometimes in the evening I drive out of the town and go to this hotel and use the gym or the outside pool and stuff like that. You're literally driving through these dunes and the sun is setting and it just look incredible. Like the scenery that is in the movies, it's like, geez, I lived there for 2 years.
It's like a vast expanse of space, isn't it? And so much. Yeah. I spent a bit of time out in the Middle East myself, and I know in the desert, and I know, you just go outside and the world seems infinite in every direction.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is beautiful. Yeah,
it is. It has its own kind of. I just want to address a comment here. 1 second. We've actually got a new channel member. Which is fantastic. So welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club, man.
Much appreciated. We have 1 second. I see. It popped up twice. It probably popped up twice because it's the comments from both the I can see one of them's the mobile version and one of them the regular version. So, thank you very much. So this is at Display Lab Collectibles. I will add your name into the YouTube membership. Much appreciated. Thanks very much. Appreciate the support and thanks for watching. So, the same person says it's got the main actor from Vikings, Travis. I haven't seen Vikings, but it was actually Vikings. A lot of Vikings was filmed in Wicklow. I believe it was filmed in Wicklow in Ireland, a beautiful place where I go mountain biking. So it's I've heard good things about it. I'm sure Harrison would appreciate it. I'm sure Eddie would as well. Eddie loves everything sword, Will we talk about a figure or something?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you want to get this one? Okay, really quickly. This will take about 17 seconds. Like,
I don't know what it is.
I have no idea what this is.
I know.
No,
it looks
no idea what
cute.
this is.
I mean, is this a 1/6 figure or is this like a life size? Like,
your guess is as good as mine. I'm ignorant to this.
I would imagine it's huge somewhere because it's One Piece, isn't it? So is that like the anime manga type?
Yeah. And it has 2
I've
seasons on Netflix now, and I've heard they're both great. I haven't watched them.
Yeah. There'll be people, and there's a massive. I think, I'm not. I always get confused between anime and manga, and I think one's the sort of comic book drawings, and I think the other one's the animation. I'm not sure, but it's a massive market, isn't it? But yeah, it's not going in our cabinets, is it?
No, it's a very cute reindeer, but yeah, it's just I don't.
It looks Swiss on that flag. Is that the Swiss flag or?
I don't know. Maybe he's in One Piece has an alternative version of Switzerland. I don't know. Do you know what it is? I think so. I heard someone say he is the doctor. Would that make sense? I heard someone say that he is the doctor. So yeah, I shouldn't have even have it up. But look, folks, maybe you're watching and maybe you're a diehard Hot Toys and One Piece collector, and this is Christmas for you. And you can double as Rudolph.
Shane, if you go back one or two, there we go.
Half a meter.
There's 50. That's quite. Yeah, so that's big.
There you go. So it's for someone. but it ain't for me. I just not. It's not what I think about. When I think about Hot Toys, I think about realism. I think about them captivating, 6-scale figures, which this isn't, and then trying to capture that realism and capture that, what you see on the screen. The same as in art. I know I'd argue in art, I think do that better, but it's not what I think of, to be honest. In a similar way that this is not what I think of when I think of Hot Toys. I'll let you go first on this one. My thoughts are probably going to be unpopular, but
I've watched some other content on this, some other thoughts. I don't think it's quite as well. It depends on what your background is, what you like about figures, what you don't. And I love the idea if it is what I think it is, where the surfboard is magnetic and if you can put the feet where you want. Although, albeit, you'd want that surfboard to be up in the air somehow. So I don't know how that's intended to work. Because if it's just lead on the bottom of your display case and he's on it, that's one, it's hard. It's just like a stand. So I don't know what the engineer is behind getting that surfboard off the ground for him to then magnetize to it. I don't think that's particularly clear here.
Yeah,
See what I mean?
don't know. Like I can see a base. I can see a base here, but I'm wondering, is this base? See the way, like I can see. You can see the stand. Is that just like a waist grabber?
A flight pole to me. Well, to me, it looks like a flight pole.
It is. Yeah.
But then, what goes on that? Does that go around his waist and then the surfboard just floats off to the side and you stick his feet to it? Or does that waist grabber hold the surfboard up?
Yeah, I'm gonna quote Marco16Fix on this. Control the messaging. Like we shouldn't be asking that question to each other. They should have a slide that clearly shows this is how he attached to the board. This is how the board attaches to, the base or whatever. Like, wouldn't you just, even if you see the base is kind of like this shiny.
I don't want to rest it on that purple stuff.
No.
That's happened. Like I said to you, I think on one of the chat the other day, when I first saw this with Morning Eyes, I thought the T1000 was coming out, and then I put my glasses on, and I think it looks fairly cool. I think it's heavily flawed. I can't see any other solution to the joints. I don't find them as bad as I know many people do. Other than, for the price, why don't they give you 8 arms that are pre-posed, that have got, that you can take them off at the shoulders and then you can
That's my same criticism of Rick O'Connell. I mean, in art they're doing it, and the reality is, you are competing with other 6-scale companies. Now, maybe for that character, if you've got the license and no one else is making Rick O'Connell, you can probably have a bit more leeway. But at the same time, I do think that they should have done the swap out arms. Yeah. This here, I've no interest in this. Like, I've no interest in the live action version. I've no interest in the male version. I've no interest in the Fantastic Four female version. And I've no interest in this. I do read some comics. I've read some comics with the Silver Surfer in it. It's not like I pick up a Silver Surfer comic because I wanted to read it. It's like he just happened to be in some of the stories that I was reading. I think maybe, I can't remember. I think maybe it was Infinity Gauntlet or something like that. I think he's in that. I can't really remember, but I definitely have read and own some of the books that he features in. I just not a character that I ever really gravitated towards, and I don't think this looks this. I know it gets thrown around a bit, but I think this is a case where you can say it kind of looks like a 6-scale Marvel Legends. I just think the joints are unsightly. They can do silicone. I know the argument is that if they want to do the silicone and they paint it to be chrome and then you start moving it and stuff like that, it can crack and stuff. I don't have the answer, but it's not my job to have the answers. It's their job to have the answers there. So this is something I look, even if this was perfect, let's say it was perfect proportions, perfect silicone body, it moved and it was like guaranteed to never break and it was chrome finished, I still wouldn't buy it. because I just have no interest in
your
the
bag.
character. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's not my bag.
Do you,
But I can see, Go on.
I'm curious to know as well. Obviously, that it's shot, or the mock-ups here are with certain lighting. I've not seen the chrome Iron Mans. I say Iron Mans because I'm sure there's more than one of them. I don't know what they look like under different cabinet lighting, because I know some of my white figures almost act as like beacons of sunlight in the display at times, too much. And I don't know what this. Be nice to see what this looks like. Do you know what I mean? When it's got some light on it, is it going to work?
Yeah, just to see what it actually looks like. Yeah. I don't know.
Don't know. We don't know yet, do we? It's a 27 release as well, I think, isn't it? Another one of those.
Yeah, this one I'm just checking here is $255, and it's due to release quarter 1 or 2 of next year. Yeah, I just when I think of Hot Toys and in-art, I don't think of this. I think of, for the most part, screen accuracy, good paint jobs, good likenesses, and trying to make them look as real as possible. Now, I know there'd be someone in the chat saying, what about the Jungle Hunter? It's not the right size. Yeah, I get that. But generally speaking, I'd go for the realism. Like, I'd sacrifice articulation for realism, but I don't want to get a stature because I still want the option of changing up the pose and stuff like this. But this does look like a 6-scale Marvel Legends, and the same as that kind of Spider-Man from Across the Spider-Verse before they changed it, the Spider-Man 2099 or whatever it's called, the original version of that, before they went seamless on it. It did look like an overpriced toy. And I mean, I know there's people who would say, yeah, but they are toys. I disagree. I know that it's in the title, Hot Toys, whatever, but they're 1/6 scale display pieces. Like, a toy is meant to be played with. And these are they are display pieces for realistically. I know people would argue, yeah, but you can repose them and take a photo of them. But yeah, you're still not playing with them. Like, so it's like, I just think this looks a lot cheaper than the $255 asking price. And then again, it's not for me. And even if it was perfect, I wouldn't be buying it. Do you read comics?
I don't. No. The last comic I read was probably Wizard and Chips around 1985.
Right.
And the Beano, and then what? I did read the book, the 300 story and comic, and I but no, it's not really anything I've really got into. I appreciate them. When you look at the old stuff and you look at the sort of Batman, Pals app, I like that. I love comic art. I love. I'm trying to think of the artists. There's a few artists that were heavily inspired by comics, using dots for the colours.
Lichtenstein, no?
There's Lichtenstein. That's probably the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
got
we've
got some stuff.
The artwork.
Yeah, we've got some of his artwork downstairs. Well,
it's Lichtenstein, isn't it? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We've
got Drowning Girl and a few other ones. I remember I went to MoMA and saw the actual Drowning Girl, and
oh wow,
we came home and ordered prints, and got a big Drowning Girl print inside in the and we got it framed and stuff like that in the living room. It's very nice. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
So what about?
I'll pass on that one. Right.
These, I'm going to pass on that one. This is interesting. I'm just going to give a brief synopsis to this, and then we can go through individually all the different things they're going to offer. So this company, I first heard about them when they were Jazz Inc. have partnered with them, I believe, for a Knight Rider project. This company are making a 1/6 scale Michael Knight. They have not put that up for pre-order yet. They have not shown a prototype. They have not shown any sort of teaser pictures, or we haven't seen Michael Knight yet. And from what I understand, I think it was actually Anthony 6-Scale Mafia who knows this company, Factory Entertainment, but also obviously knows Yoast as well, and put them in contact because Yoast wanted to do a Knight Rider, and I know maybe he was having difficulty with the Knight license, but then they have managed, from working together, been able to get in a position where Yoast can make the 1/6 scale Knight Rider vehicle, like fully licensed, and then they're going to make the the figure Michael Knight, and it's going to be like that kind of collaboration, which is great.
Yep.
And they make essentially like props as well and stuff like that. This looks really cool.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, I was just looking at that. Yeah, so
that's
that's
pretty
like
cool.
pop, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, like if I was a diehard Back to the Future fan, I appreciate the movies, good trilogy. If I was a diehard, like, that'd be something cool to have in your wall. I presume it lights up. I
Certainly would.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know?
Yeah.
So
It would.
then I saw the images for Rick O'Connell and some of the teaser images for the Jurassic Park figures, Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica. I've never watched that, but like, yeah, I've heard of them. And then Jaws. So look, we'll go through them.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm not too impressed with them. I don't think they look good. But at the same time, if this Rick O'Connell was better than In Our Quality, with the rooted hair and I know seamless everything and accessories and everything was perfect, I still wouldn't buy it because and if it was $50, I still wouldn't buy it because I've no interest in it, and I don't particularly have the eye for the character. I saw this movie once, didn't think much of it, probably won't ever watch it again, but I know a lot of people love it. I just don't see it. Are you a fan of this movie?
I enjoyed it. It's not something I know. There's a lot of people, or I've heard there's a lot of people that do like and have wanted this figure for a long time.
True, yeah.
No doubt. No doubt they'll be disappointed, a bit like I was when I wanted the what's the latest John Wick film, Ballerina figure, and saw the shots of that. I was gutted. So it's not a figure I crave for. It's not. I've seen the actor as he gets older doing better and better things. Been very
The Whale.
impressed with him. The Whale was absolutely amazing. Yep. And it's not, even if this was perfect, I wouldn't want it. No, I wouldn't want this character in my collection. But there are people that would, and they're not going to be happy at the moment, are they? But it doesn't look. It doesn't look premium, does it?
I'll start off with. Okay. I prefer realism and I prefer the seamless look. Now, I got a Hot Toys Bane behind me, which is absolutely incredible. And it's basically a blueprint for how to do a 2.0, a 2.0 that is warranted, justified, one that they absolutely knocked out of the park. The head sculpt is better. The details on the mask is better. The body's been completely redesigned. It's like a much bigger body than the original, much more accurate. The traps on it, the chest, the arms, the fact that they're seamless. I've heard the argument as well that, but he wasn't that big in the movie. But hell, look, the 2.0 is a lot more accurate to what's going on in the movie than the 1.0 was. You got the two jackets, you got the base. It's basically, they knocked it out of the park. But my one criticism on it is, you can see there's a wrist joint. But with that being said, there's two things about that. One, that is my one criticism of it. Two, the wrist joints are on the Bane are nowhere near as egregious as this. The gap is a lot smaller. It can be posed away, and the you can massage the silicone and move it down a bit so that like the gap appears even smaller. Here though, this is plastic. You can't do that. Yeah. Second thing is, I think the proportions are all over the shop. He was a big guy. I do remember that. He was a big guy back then as well. He was in shape. And I think the head looks almost a bit too big here.
I think he looks like he's from Minecraft.
No, do you know what he looks like? You know Team America, the lead character from Team America. That's who he reminds me of.
Blocky, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like he's telling that story about the apes. Sometimes late at night I can hear him. They tore my brother apart to get to those blueberries. That's who it reminds you of. It kind of reminds you a bit like Team America. I mean, I can kind of see Brendan Fraser in there, but again, that being said, look, I have no interest in this movie, and if it was, but I'm saying like if this was like a better than In Our Quality, rooted hair, perfect, everything, it was $50, I still wouldn't have any interest in it.
Would you see a Brendan Fraser likeness if he wasn't in that outfit? If you just saw the head sculpt on the
I don't think so. No. If it was if he was just wearing plain clothes. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like this looks like a third party figure, to be
I
honest.
think what's the definition of third party? Is it
It
somebody
means it's
that's not in-
unlicensed
so it's
essentially. Yeah.
unlicensed?
Yeah, like
So-
these guys, see all the logos, see the Universal logo, the Mummy
Yeah.
logo. They're using the actual official title of the movie. They're using
Yeah.
the official title of the character and the Universal logo on the bottom. They're basically, it's officially licensed, and you have the at Universal Cities Studio LLC.
Yeah.
They had permission to do this. They paid for the license, you know.
And they've paid for his name and his likeness so that
Yeah.
the figure will be expensive. See, it's interesting because you say that's like a third party figure, and it as you know, I got in the old Chocolate Man this week, and it's heads above this in terms of quality, isn't it? It's not even a good
It is, yeah,
third party figure.
yeah.
You know, it's a 150 quid third party figure, really.
Yeah, and I can see, I saw people like during the week, watch all the content and stuff like that, and like some of my friends as well that they stream it and stuff, making videos, and you just know. I think some people didn't want to come straight out and say it that this looks bad, or maybe they didn't. Look, I'm not speaking for. Maybe they didn't believe it looks bad, but I could see it's more like there was a lot of people were disappointed. That's the vibe I got. That was like some people were kind of going, yeah, it's not great, but I think it's like people have been wanting this particular character from this particular movie. From my understanding, I only ever watched the first one. My understanding is that's the best one, and then the second one's okay, and then the third one's bad, and so on and so on. But this one, like, people were who what I'd heard before saying they really wanted one of these, and then when this goes up, they're just like, yeah, not feeling it. Like, so that's disappointing for people, So
I did hear. I don't know if this is correct, but someone's mentioned there was potentially they were doing some work on some kind of deluxe accessory, whether that was a backdrop or something that went with.
No idea. Absolutely no idea. No idea.
But it's not going to save it, is it?
Yeah, I'm just going to address some of these chats there before they.
Yeah.
Who do we got? Hey Dave. Every time I've seen a review of the Chrome Iron Man, it annoys me how much the Chrome obfuscates the details. Is obstructs maybe the details of this figure? Maybe it's a word I just don't know.
It's a word, yeah.
I think the joints. What's it mean? Like gets in the way of or takes the focus off? Something I presume.
Yes, takes it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I think the joints aren't going to be a problem visually. I disagree. I just don't think they look good. Fingerprint Nightmare.
White gloves out.
Wonder how much effort it's going to take to wear away that chrome coating. There's Copper. How you doing, Copper? Thalia Meyer says, I like the Mummy movies, but not enough that I need figure representation. Yeah, it's fair enough, yeah. Ryan said it's pricey. It's pretty pricey as well. About the same as a hot toy. If it was done right, I would definitely be interested, but not like this. I watched the Matrix trilogy during the week. Not like this. Not like this. You know that line, famous line? So, hello, community of collectors. So the conclusion is that it is vastly improved over the past week. No idea what you're talking about. What's he talking about?
I'm not sure about that one, unless he means there's some released or new figures. Don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I did get. Then again, maybe did they show pictures of Mummy of last week and they weren't great, and then this week they're. I don't know. I don't believe that I'll have an interest in this, since for one thing, Factory won't be making it with The Rock. I think The Rock was in one of the movies, though, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He was the big boss, if you like, wasn't he? Yeah. That would be a huge figure.
Maybe they should make the CGI version. It's kind of a CGI version of him, I believe.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Yes. Some of them aren't so great, are they? No.
Yeah. Yeah, so look, this kind of sickened for people in the community, collectors, YouTubers, streamers, friends of mine or whatever, who were hyped but just are maybe disappointed by this. So Time will tell. Time
Notice-
will tell.
I noticed this is a US-based company. Then this Factory Entertainment. So in terms of, I wonder what will happen in terms of distribution to the UK
No idea.
and Europe. Taxes
I'm
and
gonna
things, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna say nothing about these. I understand that Battlestar Galactica is supposed to be a good show. I've never seen
That's
it.
that's Face out of the A-Team. That first guy, I think.
This guy here, yeah.
Remember Face, that? Yeah, I think that's who his character. I think he was in Battlestar Galactica.
Did was there like an original and then a reboot? I think Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, I think there was. Yeah,
Did she end
Yeah.
up playing Starbuck in a new version where they gender swapped her?
I think she may have. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but that's.
But I heard she did a great job though.
Yeah, that's Dirk Benedict, that guy's name. The actor. When you look
So
him up,
he-
you'll say he looks nothing like him.
Gotcha.
He's Face in the A-Team as well. Yeah, with BA.
Yeah. So if you're,
Yeah.
I cannot comment on this. I've never seen it, but if they're, did you watch this show when it was on
I'm
TV?
sure it was kind of 70s. I think it was like 70s. I'm sure early 80s maybe. So I remember it being on telly, but it was trying to cash in on the Star Wars stuff, I guess, and Doctor Who. But I don't think. I mean, it's got a huge following. Yeah. Now this is more my bag. So in terms of the film, yeah.
You're never gonna get a Chief Brody, is it?
No, you're not. No,
Yeah.
they family have held on to the rights for him for years, haven't they?
Family
Which is
says
a
no.
shame. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people do their own versions that look really good, but they're sort of one-offs that you pay a lot of money for, aren't they?
Hey Jim.
Jim.
Jim is saying. Jim says no, man. Jim says no. And
I think-
Jim can usually fix it, but in this case, not even Jim.
We won't go there. Yeah, Hooper looks like he's got the same proportion, same body as Matey from The Mummy, doesn't he? It almost looks like the same pose. It's like his body's a square, whereas Quint, I think, looks from a distance far better.
Yeah, I can see the actor's likeness in there. I just think they look very plasticky, like.
Oh yeah.
They look kind of like do you know what it is? They just don't look in the same league as Hot Toys are in are, and they're inevitably going to be compared because they're 6 scale.
Do you think people, even if these were really good, will people buy these two characters knowing that because they're never going to get Brody to go with them? You know what I mean? It's like you're missing the main man, aren't you?
Okay, we're saying how much of a Jaws fan are you? Like I'm like, I've seen it. I appreciate it's a good movie. You know, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
You know, especially for its time. But I think that if I was a diehard Jaws fan and these were incredible, let's say they're up there with like The Walking Dead and Earth,
Yeah.
I'd be like, you know what? I'll commit to these, and I'll do a custom Brody. I'll find someone
Yeah.
who's doing them, and I'll just pay the money. Do you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But that
But,
looks
like-
pretty terrible.
Yeah, his head looks very big, and like there's a bit of detail in the shoes, which is like I like the shoes. There's a lot of dirt and
shoes,
grime and
They're
weathering.
weathered.
They've done a good job
Yeah.
on them. The pants are fine. I think the tailoring on the jacket's a bit kind of. I don't think that's supposed to be just a normal denim jacket. I don't think that texture was the texture that the character had. And
No.
it looks like when girls got like Barbies and then there was a Ken version and he had the clothes on.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah. I mean, yes, some of the third parties will make those, but I mean, the head doesn't look anything like Richard Dreyfuss either, does it? I think that's
this one here.
looks yeah.
I can kind of see it, but then again,
It is if you squint at a 4-inch picture of it, it looks just a little bit like him.
if you quint, yeah.
If you quint, see what we did there.
Yeah. I don't know if you had shown me just the head sculpt and go, who's this? I'm not sure I'd be able to join the dots on that.
But you would with Quinn.
I think I might.
Yeah.
Is the hat there? I think it
Yeah.
depends on when I watch the movie. You know,
Yeah.
if I watched the movie the
I mean-
night before, I joined 2 and 2. But yeah, I don't think it's a very good test. Like, it's a good test if you can name it straight away. You know? Yeah. So there's nothing. I don't think there's anything I'm interested in all really this week, to be honest. But you know, this company, they'll. I think it's their first. I think it's their first go into 6 scale, and like, you know, then hopefully they'll get.
Yeah.
They'll get there, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to start somewhere, haven't they? But in this day and age, you've got to start big, haven't you? We're all hoping that used to do the same with his. I guess the Catwoman is the first figure coming out, but he
Yeah,
needs that to work, doesn't he?
I recently
First impressions.
committed to that. Yeah, I recently.
You did.
I was humming and hawing, and you know, it's how many movies are out there that you loved when you were a kid that you still love now, and well, I suppose there's probably a lot, but like, it's yeah.
So
Okay, here's my theory on this one.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
If Yoast has partnered with Factory Entertainment for the vehicle for
See where you're going.
Michael Knight's Knight Rider, and that's a done deal. That is going up for pre-order, I think, at the end of this month or next month. And the Jurassic Park Jeep has been mentioned, and these guys have the license for the figure. I'd imagine that's a similar situation. I would imagine we might end up seeing Yoast do the 1/6 scale Jeep. Now, I'll be honest. If I was a diehard Jurassic Park fan, I'd be getting excited right now, but not for these figures. For the Jeep that Yoast could potentially make, and then again, I'd go custom on these because I've seen customs of this guy and it looks a lot better than this. The outfit doesn't look too bad here.
No. Some have said it's too clean, but you can forgive that. It's you never know with this shot. It's got so much rain going across the start. You know, some have said. Jim's made the point as well. There's been discussion about if these are what these images are actually showing us. Are they fabricated using images from elsewhere, figures from elsewhere, etc.?
Yeah, I heard the AI. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who that bloke is.
A lot of dudes were mad about gender swapped Starbuck, and some other people claimed it was because they wanted their womanizing Starbuck dude. The usual discourse. Well, I don't know. I think if I grew up with a character, let's say I know if there's a character who was written as a male and they were in a comic book and they were written as a male, and then they're doing a TV show or movie, I want to see what I saw and fell in love with in the comic books. So therefore, I think that's actually a valid complaint, to be honest. However, just to counter your point, Dave, I actually heard from a lot of different sources that it didn't matter because the story was so good that it worked, and that Katie Sackhoff was so good in the role that I think a lot of people didn't actually care, to be honest. But I don't think there's anything wrong with if you're a diehard fan of a character and like, you know, maybe they're a female character, or maybe they're a male character, and then they're suddenly just gender swapped for no reason. I think that's okay to go. Yeah, I don't like that. I wish they just kept it the way it was supposed to be. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's how you do it, to be honest. I think maybe there's a way of expressing that correctly, I suppose. Check out the Jurassic Park figures. They look even worse. We are checking them out. We are right here.
You know what?
Heard grumbles about the potential AI use on Jurassic Park promo pics as well. Maybe Ian Malcolm, so that's Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum's getting a lot of shout outs in this stream. Are definitely AI. We'll have a look at them. The pose is the exact same. If you zoom in on Malcolm's right wrist holding the flare, the wrist joint cut looks really suspicious. So on Malcolm's right wrist. Okay, we'll go in and
Okay.
we'll have a look at that.
Yeah, Jim's been analysing these, hasn't he?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. They did Sam Neill dirty. They absolutely did. It was a transition from cinema to movies, which are more visceral. Jaws was the first movie where I had a physical reaction to a movie, gave me nightmares. I think a lot of people didn't want to go to the beach after it.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's take a look at these Ian Malcolm. Right, do we have them? Okay. So that was is it Dr. Alan Grant? Would I have that name right?
I think you're right.
Okay, so this is, you know what? The Malcolm actually looks better. I can see a bit of Jeff Goldblum there.
Yes.
However,
Yeah, he does. But
what am I looking at here now?
looking at that right, the one holding the flare, the wrist joint. I guess it's very close together. But maybe Jim will comment again to exactly what we're looking at.
But then look at the elbow joint. It's like they didn't do anything with the elbow joint. It's like,
wow.
I didn't realize that like his character was a cyborg until right now, man. Until right now.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Let's see, what's the face like? The face is pretty good, but then again, maybe it's because it's AI.
Is that the face? Yeah. It almost looks. I mean, I've never seen a body but the body looks very, very accurate as well.
Yeah,
it?
It does. It just looks like that kind of build, Jim.
Custom made to be his build because he's got quite an unusual build, I think.
Yeah, it looks like his wrist. There is on a swivel only, and the cut is high up. Yeah, hard to know what's real, man. Yeah, I was looking.
Wear two watches. If you wore two watches like Marty McFly, you'd be all right.
There you go. Yeah.
Doc wears two watches, so
yeah. Yeah, I was looking at some photos today, like some old photos, like they were like actual proper, analog taken photos that were developed like from like, maybe 50 years ago, whatever. And like some of them, I was like, oh, these are really good photos. And I was like, and they're real. That photo was just taken once, and it was just a good smile, and there was good lighting and good angle or whatever, and no post, no Photoshop, no AI, and it was something refreshing about it, to be honest.
Yeah. They always used to say the camera never lies, didn't they, in the old days? But
yeah,
it does now. Yeah, I mean, this looks a cut above, like Jim said. I think this like Rick said, like Jim said, this figure looks like it's almost been made by someone else. There's quite a step up from the Alan Grant and the Mummy guy.
The Mummy guy.
The Mummy guy. Yeah.
The Mummy guy.
I think, like you say, though, Shane, that the excitement hopefully is around that potential vehicle on the horizon, because I know Eustace mentioned it before. Although
I hope they do that one.
Would you get that? You got room to put that somewhere?
Oh no, it's for me like Jurassic Park, a great movie, groundbreaking. Just a great movie. But no, I don't need anything from it. I don't need any 6-scale dinosaurs or anything. I just basically from people that I know that are big into Jurassic Park, and I would love to I'd love just to see. Sometimes it's nice when Yost just makes things that you're like, yeah, I'm not going to get it, but like I've admired the '68 Batmobile or the animated Batmobile, and I like when stuff's out there.
They're lovely products. They are lovely products.
What about this one? Where do you stand on The Matrix Reloaded?
I mean, I think most people think the first film's the best one. This is the next best one. The third one's okay, and the fourth one no one talks about. I'm not really particularly worried which film a figure comes from. With my collection, I just like a representation I like. I quite like the cassock, I think it's called, the coat that he's wearing. I know it's a completely different look from the first film, which is a bit more like, I guess, our James Bond looks like with his commando gear on. We tie up quite well with Neo from the first film. I quite like the flowing of this. appreciate the obvious concerns people have raised. I know the buttons are a little bit big and shiny, but you often get that with these figures. I mean, it's obviously a very difficult task to produce buttons so small and matte that they don't show up too much. Head sculpt looks better with the glasses on. None of us like the glasses. They're obviously not movie accurate. But I think on my shelf, if I had this figure in some of those poses, and I like the more simple poses, I like the one where he's doing the sort of come on. Yeah. I think this would still look really cool. And to most people, you'd get away with it. Because it's only us that know, enthusiasts that know that the glasses are wrong. And it's not from necessarily from... I like that pose.
That is 100% the way to pose it, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like you. I know you've got a thing for kind of trench coats.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I like that as well. So that's how I would have it. And to me, it's pretty good. I know, the sculpt is, to me, probably a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7.5 with the glasses on. You can get the glasses, I guess. Someone will make the glasses, won't they, if you want the screen accurate ones. But yeah, I was super excited when I saw this. I was slightly disappointed because I'm very impatient, and this doesn't come out until 2027.
Yeah.
How about you? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I rewatched all of the Matrix film. By the way, I agree with everything you just said. Just in terms of like the breakdown you did on, what's up to scratch about this figure and what's not, whatever. I think this is 100% the way to pose it if I was getting it. I wouldn't use any of the weapons because they're so scene specific. And it was a cool scene and all, but like it's, I think this figure will look better with just him even just standing there, like, because he's the one who doesn't need the weapons, whatever. I don't like the base. I think it's unnecessarily too big and clunky, and I just it's a reuse of the Joker Mind base. The glasses are awful. The head sculpt, probably about a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's all the way there. It does look better with the glasses on, but the glasses are... you need the glasses on. It's catch-22 because you need the glasses on, I think. I think it's part of the character, that part of the look. But they just... I'd have to go get custom glasses for it, just that they're smaller with the narrower...
With your comment on the base, I agree. I don't like the base, and I'd get a better one made up. I think they did a big base because a couple of the poses got his legs very wide apart, but the design of the base is not good, is it?
No, wouldn't be a fan of it now. But yeah, like I rewatched all of the Matrix trilogy, the 3 movies during the week. The first one, no matter what mood I'm in, always hit the spot. Always hit. There's certain albums that like, no matter what mood I'm in, if I put them on, it hit the spot. Like Rage Against the Machine's first album, Queens of the Stone Age, Rated R, Tool, Anima, Deftones, White Pony. I could go on and on and on. But there's just no matter what mood I'm on, they hit the spot. And the Matrix is like that. It's just like no matter, I could put it on again tonight and enjoy it just as much. Like I think it's like it's not just like my genre of choice. But it's a movie that like science fiction fans can enjoy, but you do not need to be a science fiction fan to enjoy it either. Action scenes are incredible, groundbreaking special effects, which for the most part still hold up. There's no cheesy dialogue in it. It's a serious movie. There's little or no cheesy dialogue in it. The stakes are high, and it didn't jump the shark. But I think the shark jumping starts in the later movies. I will say, the second movie, I think, gets an unnecessarily bad rap. It's not the 5-star quality that the first one was. Honestly, though, at this moment, I think I'd give it 4 stars. I still think it's an excellent movie. The action scenes are incredible. Any scene with the twins, incredible. The garage action scene with the twins and Morpheus, the highway chase scene, the Trinity opening scene at the start or at the end, the... I'm forgetting other parts as well. The initial opening scene when you see Matrix at the Burly Brawl. The Burly Brawl, there was definitely CGI parts that were like, okay, course. That's a bit PlayStation 2, but it's a solid movie. And a lot of people give out about the architect scenes where I'm like, I actually really enjoyed it. It made sense. It was like no, you're not the one. You're technically the sixth. You're a remainder in an algorithm that we can't work out, and you're a necessary evil.
Yeah.
And I was like, that actually is the most computer thing ever. Like, it just made sense.
Yeah, I think they did a deja vu thing as well, didn't they? I think there was an element of that they brought into existence. Was Monica Bellucci in the second one?
She's in the second and the third, and
And the third.
a genetic miracle. She looks like she was crafted from the beauty algorithm, to be honest.
and a classy act as well, isn't she?
Yeah. And then the third one, though, the cheese, there's the cheese definitely creeped in the second one. There was definitely some bad one-liners, and then it gets very, very cheesy in the third one with some of the one-liners and even like the delivery. I'm not a fan of Jada Pinkett Smith's line delivery and her character. Like, she just has this kind of, I'm tough kind of fit. It just I did not buy it. You know what I mean? Trying too hard to be like, the tough character, and I didn't buy it. In the same way that there's some male characters in action movies who's like, this is just ridiculous, so yeah, I really, the third one is poor, and I'm not sure how I felt about the ending as well. It was just they come to an agreement and it's all rosy. It's just
but they ran out of ideas, really. Didn't think it through.
What's stopping? I understand like how the machines, like Neo's bargaining chip was, okay, your program Smith is now a virus, and he can move between the Matrix and the real world now. He's already done it once. He's not going to stop. He's going to come here and kill you. But yet, like, the machines, could they not shut down the Matrix? And then someone will say, yeah, but if they shut down the Matrix, like, that's what's keeping the sedated humans sedated and, in the dream worlds, and that's their source of power. But it's like, there's a line at the end of the third movie where, like, the Oracle asks the architect, and what about the other humans? Will they be free? And like, yeah, they'll all be free. But then they'll have no power source. But then he does say in the second one, there's levels of existence we're prepared to accept. So they obviously have an alternative source of power, which, like, what's stopping him making a deal with Neo? He gets rid of Smith, and then them just going, yeah, we're just going to renege on our deal now. So, like, I know that every movie has plot holes, but like, it's just when the quality of the movie isn't there, they seem a lot worse than they are. So look, the first one for me is a 5-star movie. The second one is a 4-star, and then the third one, I don't know, I'd probably give it 2. I don't really know. But look, I can't rule out what's on the screen here. But I can tell you right now, my game plan is this is Return the Jedi Han. And they will do an Empire side. They're gonna do a 2.0 of the first Matrix. That's the one I want. The combat outfit, the combat boots, the combat pants, the harness with all the guns in it, the long trench coat, the glasses, the lobby diorama. That is what I want. Yeah. And apparently in art they're going to do it. So,
Do you know what I would love? I would love this would never happen. But if I could go to Hot Toys and say, "Can you make this?" and they did it, I would like a Trinity with the smashing glass scene behind her. When the helicopter
yeah.
And she goes flying into it, doesn't she? And the glass just sort of wobbles outwards. And I've no idea how on earth they could make that, but how cool would that look?
Yeah, it would look
Iconic
fantastic.
Scene. Yeah.
And that's a great scene as well, where like it's all in slow motion. And Neo's like, "What?" Morpheus looking at him, going, "What's he doing?" And then he's like, he's the one. Like, he can do this. I just love the scene at the end of the first one when Trinity's just got out, but the phone has been shot by the agent, so Neo can't use that phone to get out. So he's supposed to run to another phone, and he just takes a minute. And he looks at the steps, he looks back, and then he turns, and like Trinity goes like, "What's he doing?" And Morpheus said, "He's beginning to believe." And it's just like, that just makes the hairs in the back of my neck stand up. It's just like, oh, he's going to give it a go. I love it. It's such a good movie.
You're with him the whole way, aren't you? You're with him the whole journey.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And like that, the choreography there, it's just something. The Burly Brawl is, it's cool and all, like, but it's just so much a CGI fest where when the two boys are fighting in the subway, there's so much choreography went into that scene, and the hits seem harder, So
they really hit, don't they? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Really, really good. But look, this one here, this is my backup in the same way that Return of the Jedi Han was going to be my backup. But I think you're going to see another InArt Hot Toys head to head. InArt will do the Matrix one. InArt will come out Hot Toys will come out and do a 2.0. I just hope they have the trench coat and the diorama lobby base, because not having the trench coat is sacrilegious. Like,
no, yeah, I agree. And the weapons. It's a bit of a long wait, isn't it? Because if this is coming out in 27, I'm just thinking about when Return of the Jedi Han came out. It's going to be another what? How long do you reckon it's going to be between that and the Empire one?
Well, this one here is due to release next year, Q1 and Q2. So I'd say summer showcase exclusive 2027. You could see like a Matrix 1 2.0.
Yeah, you reckon?
I don't expect Hot Toys to announce it anytime soon. Not when this is just up for pre-order. And InArt, like, God knows, they're still supposed to be doing a Bale Batman, and that's been years.
Yeah, InArt are becoming almost as mysterious as Hot Toys to me in terms of what they're going to do next.
I noticed they go quiet for like a few months, and people are like, "Oh, they're going out of business. Where's John? What's happening?" And next thing, boom, they drop like three pre-orders or 3 releases or something like that.
Yeah, that blow your mind.
Yeah, that's the pose. You're right. I completely agree with you. That one there, yeah.
I think so. Just classic, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
we both agree on the T800 pose, don't we? The Arnie one with just the shotgun in the air.
Yeah. So simple.
I think we like similar poses, really.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a character pose. Like, I don't want to do just straight up and down. Like, this is a simple one. You can take him out of the box and have this like this, and like you'd have this done in like 2 minutes. Do you know?
Yeah.
There'd be tweaking, but essentially, it looks like something he'd do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I might wrap it up, Bob. We don't have much to go on, but
no.
Cheers.
No, that's fine.
Cheers for joining. Much appreciated. Just said I wanted to do this. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of announcements released on Monday, and we can talk again.
I'll leave you boys to it next week.
You're.
I'll be in the cabin in the woods. Hopefully, I'll survive and campaign get back.
Are you staying in the UK or?
Yeah, Forest of Dean. Forest
Gotcha.
of Dean.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's not too remote, actually.
Thanks for joining, and thanks for everyone else for watching. Whether you're watching live on the replay, hit the like button, hit subscribe button, hit the bell notification, leave a comment, and thank you very much to the newest channel member, which was, I was just reminding it, Display Lab Collectibles. Much appreciated. And I think we're more or less out of here. Just want to make sure that I turn off all these bits and pieces, and we're pretty much ready to go. Oh look, I'm just gonna clap at ourselves. All right, we are out of here. See you guys.